Greetings, Guardians. The end of the year is almost here, and with the recent release of Lumira, this feels like the perfect moment to step back and look at what this year truly brought to Hero Wars Alliance, especially when it comes to summoners. Over the course of the year, we've seen multiple summoners released, each one reshaping the Titan battlefield in a very dramatic way. And today, I want to share something honest with you. Not a complaint, not an attack, just 3 clear disappointments that many of us in the community quietly noticed. Let's dive into it and see if you feel the same. We start with Verdoc, the King of Earth. When Verdoc arrived, his power wasn't just strong, it was overwhelming. Overpowered is the word that fits best, and honestly, even that feels generous. 5 Earth Titans with Verdoc on offense dominate almost everything. You're looking at win rates close to 98% against defensive lines, even at lower investment levels. They are simply brutal. Yes, every team has counters, that's true. Avoid fire or Araji-based defenses, and Earth will carry you effortlessly. But the key point here is this: it's always 5 Earth. And that matters more than people like to admit. Moving on to fire, we saw Asherona enter the battlefield. She didn't feel as broken as Verdoc, but she gave fire exactly what it was missing, a summoner that turned fire into another oppressive offensive element. With 5 Fire Titans, you once again start deleting almost every defensive formation you face. Not quite as dominant as Earth, but close enough to feel repetitive. Again, the same rule applies. Avoid water on defense, and 5 Fire will do the job. Strong, effective, and predictable. Then came water, finally receiving its boost with Tidus. Slower than Verdoc and Asherona, but steady. Methodical. 5 Water Titans don't rush, they grind you down. Over time, with persistence and pressure, they still reach the same result: victory. Once more, close to that same 98% success rate. Avoid Earth on defense, and 5 Water will take you where you want to go. And finally, we arrive at the most recent summoner, Lumira. And here we are again. Just like Verdoc, she feels incredibly strong, borderline broken. 5 Light Titans on offense are devastating. I won't say they beat 100% of defensive lines, because Earth and Fire on defense can sometimes flip the result, but those are exceptions, not the rule. In practice, 5 Light works. And it works far too easily. And that brings me to my 3 main disappointments. The first one is power. Yes, we all understand that new content is usually stronger. That's nothing new. But summoners didn't just raise power, they inflated it. Once you understand their mechanics, you can clear defenses quickly, consistently, and without much thought. And personally, I don't enjoy things that are that easy. The second disappointment is defense. Summoner defenses are predictable. You see them coming from a mile away. 5 Earth. 5 Fire. 5 Water. 5 Light. There's no creativity, no surprise, no mind game. And one of the things I've always loved most about Hero Wars Alliance is thinking, synergy, interaction, adaptation. Which leads directly to my third, and biggest, disappointment. When summoners were first announced, I was genuinely excited. I believed they would finally shake light and dark, but also bring something deeper, synergy between elements. I imagined mixed Titan lines that forced us to think. Angus with Eden and Verdoc. Iari and Solaris supporting unexpected combinations. Defensive lines that made opponents stop, think, test, and rethink. That's what makes this game fun. But that never happened. Summoners only work inside their own element. The moment you remove one Titan, or try to mix elements, the entire structure collapses. They simply cannot perform. That's why throughout this entire discussion I kept saying 5 earth, 5 fire, 5 water. Because anything else doesn't work. And that, for me, is the real loss. This year changed Hero Wars, Alliance a lot with summoners, but it didn't change how we think in battle. Everything became easier. Everything became predictable. And synergy outside of a single element simply stopped existing. I say this as someone who loves this game. As someone who enjoys testing, experimenting, and pushing systems to their limits. I truly hope the future brings tools, maybe skins, maybe reworks, that finally allow us to mix Titans again and rediscover that depth. This isn't criticism for the sake of complaining. It's a way of looking forward. And with that said, Guardians, I want to hear from you. Do you feel the same? Or do you see something different in summoners that I've missed? Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.